What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the next major Modern Warfare 2 update, some bonus content that was found, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because we're very close to 100,000 subscribers here on the main channel. Really appreciate it. Also drop a like and turn notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, Warzone Mobile, and any other future Call of Duty as well. Now, as a big reminder, for the remainder of October, my G Fuel code DYNAMITE will grant you guys 30% off all orders on their entire site, and then once November begins, my code will be permanently boosted to 20% off all orders moving forward. Take advantage of that while that's still available and pick up any flavors that you guys may be running out of. But also, as a huge FYI, for those out there that did redeem codes over on Mountain Dew's website for the Modern Warfare 2 promotion, you should now start seeing that Mountain Dew skin pop up in your operator selection list. Put some footage on screen so you guys can see. I redeemed my code many days ago, but it finally started popping up in my selection as of last night. So make sure if you guys redeemed any other codes for the other Modern Warfare 2 promotions going on, you guys do check your email for confirmation that it went through, or also check the create a class or operator selection menu in-game to see if that content did load for you. But down below in the description, I'll leave you guys the video where I do talk about all current promotions going on for Modern Warfare 2, all sites and retailers that are offering some type of in-game cosmetic for picking up one of their products. Now, in a previous video that I posted this morning, we did talk about a bunch of content that not only is already removed, but other content that might start getting removed in the next couple of weeks. And I think it might come to a surprise to all you guys regarding even certain maps that are already in the game but might not be at some point soon. Now, I touched briefly on KD and Barracks in that video, but to give you guys more context on what's going on with that, even Charlie Intel went ahead and posted that there are no updates or info as of right now on combat records or challenge progress trackers in Modern Warfare 2, but they will update us when they hear anything else. And the thing about KD or Barracks is, at least in my opinion, I don't care about KD. I never really have. I mean, there could be times, weeks, or months where I'm playing for a certain purpose, to get certain clips, to get certain B-roll, where I'm not worried about my KD ratio. But then there are other times, maybe on stream, or when I'm going for nukes and high kill gameplay, where KD definitely matters to an extent, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it, so I don't mind not being able to see it, although it has been a staple of COD multiplayer for years. So the fact that that wasn't present in Modern Warfare 2 day one is a bit concerning. I mean, the game is very well polished in most areas, but then there are some other key features, such as KD viewer or a Barracks tab, that you would think are in every COD day one, but for some reason those things are missing from this game, and it's a bit questionable as to why that's the case. But I would not be shocked whatsoever if the Season 1 update kind of brings us some of those core features that are obviously missing, which a lot of people out there saying that the full game should come out day one. You shouldn't have to wait 3 weeks for a Season 1 update to bring out some of those core elements. So I understand where you guys are coming from. I know you guys are frustrated, but I don't think we'll go an entire season or an entire year without some features like that in the menu. Now, something that did get leaked by CODsploit Images is something being referred to as custom loading screens. Now, I believe this is going to be the equivalent of the kill cam borders that we saw over in Vanguard. Those were silly. I'm not going to say much about those. Really wasn't a fan of that, but custom loading screens is kind of interesting. I wonder if that means we'll just be able to select from a bunch that Infinity Ward adds into the game as options, or do you have to pay for these custom loading screens through bundles or whatnot? I could imagine that maybe with future operator packs that come out, they end up dropping custom loading screens with those new operators as a part of the bundle. So you could say, oh my god, I have to pay $20 for a custom loading screen. No, I would just say that's something that might be a bonus with a pack that you probably would have bought anyway, but who knows how that'll be incorporated. However, I'm totally on board with being able to change the actual menu loading screen to your liking. Now, we also have an interesting leak coming out from the usual suspects that post early Call of Duty information, and the new report is that the Season 1 operator is named Zeus. We're not sure who that really is. I know an IW developer previously teased that somebody in the credits, not sure if he meant the post-credit scene, is going to be the Season 1 operator, and that came after plenty of tweets went out there suggesting that maybe Alex is the Season 1 operator, or somebody like Valeria or Alejandro. There's a lot of speculation going around as to who the focus of Season 1 was going to be, so maybe it's possible that Zeus was on that plane that we see in the post-credit scene where the text message comes through saying no Russian, kind of reinventing the whole no Russian mission from the original MW2. We're not sure if that's tying into something we're going to see in the post-launch story, something we'll see in some campaign DLC that's rumored for next year, something for a potential Modern Warfare 3 sequel game in a couple of years. We're not sure where that's really going, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of fan favorites from campaign be the focus of a season. I mean, hell, look at MW19, where we had to wait a couple of seasons to get Ghost, to get Alex, to get Price, Farah. So it might take a little while to get some of the characters you really want to play as as the focus of a brand new season. Now, I'm just hoping that the post-launch story is as strong as the Cold War one. I think over the last 3 Call of Duties, Cold War really set the standard for how our post-launch story should work, picking up right where the campaign left off and throwing us into a very rich post-launch story that keeps people engaged for the entire 6-season structure. But if Modern Warfare 2 gets 2 years of support with maybe 12 total seasons, I would hope to see a very memorable post-launch story that really gets off the ground as quickly as possible, maybe as soon as season 1, because if you wait till like season 3 or 4 to really get the ball rolling, people lose interest and the story really isn't as cohesive. Now, with that being said, we also have another report from Gaming Insider The Ghost of Hope regarding upcoming modes in Modern Warfare 2, many of which will probably end up dropping in season 1. And again, season 1 starts on November 16th, not that far away from now. We have the modes such as Reinforce, Drop Zone, Gun Game, Infected, Uplink, Cranked, Cyber Attack, Team Defender, and even Grind. These are all modes that we of course saw in MWII 2019. Now regarding Uplink though, we'll talk more about this deeper in this video. Obviously with the rumored soccer or football crossover coming at some point with a messy operator pack, I think Uplink would be a very poetic game mode to drop at the very same time. But something that has been concerning me for years, and I'm sure also concerns you, is the whole content reset whenever a new Call of Duty comes out. At least the way I see it, drop the new Call of Duty with all the fan favorite modes that we all loved from the predecessor, because when you do that, that means the game starts off with as many modes as possible, all the ones that were probably in the predecessor by like season 6, such as MW19's multiplayer, and then throughout the course of the DLC cycle, bring in new modes every season, at least 1 to 2 new ones each time, and that would be perfect. But the fact we have to wait season upon season upon season to get modes that we already had by the end of like MW19's life cycle or other Call of Duties, it gets frustrating and a bit played out after a while. I'm sure you guys feel the same way, but I do understand that in terms of development for these Call of Duty games, it's very ambitious and they have to prioritize their time wisely and can't always get out some of the content that you would expect on day 1, such as KD or Barracks. I mean, I would much rather have a very stable and solid or polished campaign in multiplayer and Spec Ops versus some of those simple features that could always get added in a later hotfix, but that could always be debated respectfully down below in this video's comments. Now, I've also seen a lot of questions lately about the Honey Badger, also known as the Chimera or the Chimera AR, that people got to see through that menu glitch that was discovered a couple of weeks ago when campaign early access began. And the fact that that weapon was visible and even usable by hackers at that time, but it's not available right now, just has me thinking that that is probably the season 1 DLC weapon. There's probably going to be 2 to 3 weapons dropped throughout season 1, maybe 1 or 2 at the start of the season, another one maybe during the mid-season on December 14th along with raids. I'm sure the Honey Badger is in there somewhere, because if it's not, I'd be shocked that they want to hold off on a weapon as cool as the Honey Badger. I mean, it's one of my all-time favorite weapons, and it's already been implied through recent blog posts about Modern Warfare 2 that the season 1 weapon, or at least one of them, is going to be an AR. And what's an AR we can pick from? We have the Honey Badger right here. What's an AR that they'll probably pick? It's the Honey Badger that's technically already done and ready to go for this game. So that to me just makes the most sense. And like I've said many times before, I'm a huge fan of Call of Duty Ghost. I know it's a hot take, you could disagree with that all you want, but I'm always happy to see some content from that game make its way over into the new Modern Warfare universe. Now, what's also insane is some other individuals on Twitter that usually post a bunch of information about upcoming bundles and whatnot for new Call of Duties. They went ahead and posted the season 1 bundle names for Modern Warfare 2. I'm not kidding. So we have names that are of course maybe placeholders, maybe some of them are the final names, but the names include Greed, Sloth, Death Rap, Knight's Command, Fringe Tactical, Grim Crimson Pack, Infinite Warfighters Ethan, Tactical Human, Executive Warfighter, Engraved Dragon, the Neymar Operator Bundle, a Messi Operator Bundle, Pogba Operator Pack, Atomic Sunrise, Exotic, Violet Embrace, Yellow Jackets, Overgrown, Night Patrol, Fuerzas Especiales, that means strength or special strength, that's translated from Spanish of course, Recruited, Greased and Camoed, Damascus Forge, that sounds cool, Synthwave, Torment's Return, Red Lord, Cryogen, Acid Wash, Jacked In, La Katrina, Etched Flesh, Midnight Merc, Psychedelic, Warning Skin, Kinetic, Showdown, Hot Rod, Frontier Fighter, Raw Tiger, and then 2 gift packs. So that's quite a few bundles. Most of these are probably season 1, but there's always a chance some of them are for some future seasons later. They're obviously going to end up dropping a batch in the season 1 patch and then another batch through the season 1 reloaded patch a couple of weeks later. So we have a lot to look forward to in terms of the cosmetics in this game. My question for you guys though is, how will the bundles work for Modern Warfare 2, especially when it comes to possible weapon vaults results like we got with the FJX and their weapon pack, that's going to be crazy, because will they end up charging more than 2,400 COD points for a pack like that, right? A blueprint or a Mastercraft that has interchangeable attachments that don't at all affect the look of your blueprint. Those could be a bit expensive, and I wonder how many we'll actually get throughout the post-launch season. But there were a couple of bundles on MW19 that did cost up to 3,000 COD points, so I wonder if they'll bring that back again as well. But there were also no Mastercrafts ever released in MW19, so I wonder if MW2 will kind of break that mold a little bit. I'm not saying to go full force Goofy or full force crossover like Vanguard did, where they're just adding everything and anything to really boost bundle sales. Cold War, in my opinion, had a good balance of really rich packs that fit the Cold War narrative, fit the lore of the game, but also some goofy ones, whether they're crossovers or not, that people out there generally liked. So I think MW2 could go down that route, because to be honest with you guys, they're not going to just sell bundles that look like ghillie suits or gas masks or anything super realistic. They're going to sell some goofy stuff that is obviously going to make that much more money, so don't be surprised if you end up seeing bunny rabbits jumping around at some point in MW2's life cycle. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the next major Modern Warfare 2 update, featuring a lot of the content that we discussed here in this commentary, many of which could actually be featured in Season 1, and also your thoughts on the other information that we discussed. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.